given that the container volumes are slowing down, right? You're looking at flattish volumes there, and liquid volumes are growing very fast. So does that mean that the margin outlook will also be under pressure? Or is it that the weakness in container is offset by a very high margin liquid business?
Yeah, it's offset by both high margin business of liquids and Ro-Ro.
Roros. Okay.
I'll maintain a 60% to
Mhm.
61%. Let's say 60-61% overall annual EBITDA margins.
Okay, okay. And any color on the bulk volumes? How is that shaping up, or how you expect it to shape up?
So bulk, we are keeping a flattish summary. Essentially, this quarter was a little low. But the Q2 will be good. This is the fertilizer season. We're seeing a
Mhm.
robust fertilizer import. Overall, we're still maintaining a 2.25 to 2.5 million metric tons of dry bulk.
Okay, of dry bulk. Okay. And one last question before I fall in the queue, sorry. The vessel positioning or the services calls at GPPV, right? Last year we had this big impact of Red Sea capacity being pulled away from non-east, from pulled away into the east-west routes, right? Particularly the US and the Europe routes, and that led to some of the vessels calling less at your ports. How is that vessel call scheduling shaping up?
Now, so far everything looks okay, but again, with the
Mhm.
tariffs, a lot will depend on how these tariffs play out, Deepak.
Mhm.
Um, China is still, it's just got another 90-day pause. So we see a lot of inventory buildup in the US, whether the US will continue to buy out of China. Uh, Excuse me. Peter, sorry, you are, I think, on camera. So we'll have to do a little bit of a wait and watch here.
Mhm.
But as of now, I think broadly similar. We haven't seen any further impact of moving out of vessels.
Okay, so that has stabilized at least for now.
Yeah, for now, right? But let's
Okay.
see. Now is the 50% on India and 90-day pause on China. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, cheers. I appreciate the color you've provided. Thank you very much. I'll fall back in the queue.
Deepak, Mr. Ketan Jain, please go ahead with your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
So my first, I wanted to understand what would be the revenue share as per our current concession, which we pay to the Maritime Board currently?
So again, we don't pay a revenue share to the Maritime Board. It is based on the volume handle, and the rate differs
Per ton.
from commodity to commodity.
Yeah. So and commodity to commodity, and it's a published number, and then there's a concessional royalty to us. Yeah.
So can you just give a percentage, like out of the 9,000 realization for container, what would be the percentage just around?
I will not able to give you a percentage by business stream.
And it will not make sense also because
That's right.
MTs is different, ladens is different, 20 feet is different, 40 feet is different. So I mean,
Yeah.
broadly, these are published numbers on the web. I think by GMB, any which ways you can figure that.
Understood. Okay, so I'll just tell you why I was asking this. So I just wanted to understand, in the case of the concession extension, what is a more likely route? Will the Maritime Board extend with a higher royalty or put the asset for rebidding? And if it comes for renewal, how long do you think will it likely be extended for? 20 years or 30 years? Just some thoughts on these.
No, I cannot give you any commentary on that. That will be left to the government of Gujarat. So we'll see as it comes out.
Acha, so no estimations or anything how
Yeah,
it's
but
going to get extended.
there are always
So
estimates,
initial
but there's no
talks.
point. No, but there's no point in talking about estimates and our discussions that are happening. Those are all speculative in nature, at least at this point in time.
Acha. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nilotpal Sahu, please go ahead.
Hello. Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. So my first question is with respect to liquids, the new jetty that is being constructed. What is the timeline you see when it can be commissioned?
November, December 2026.
Understood. Understood. Also, AVTL has expanded the LPG handling capacity at your ports, and additionally, they have also announced an ammonia plant, and are also building a railway gantry for liquids. So, considering all of these, what is your outlook on liquid volumes for a slightly longer term, say 27, 28?
Okay. So this year we will give you guidance for this year, at least at this point in time, Nilotpal, which we said is roughly 20%. But as we move forward, I mean, again, the capacity expansion for us and full VLGC handling capability will come to us by November, December 2026. So I think you could expect, and this is a 3.2 million tons expansion. So you could expect at least one third of it to be operational, one third to be in year one, and then expand gradually beyond over a period of time. You didn't also mention the Gorakhpur Kandla pipeline, Kandla Gorakhpur pipeline. That also come online within this year. So I think overall, I think liquid will continue to see very robust growth.
Sure. Thank you, sir. And one last question from my end. So, can you give the CapEx guidance for this year and potentially for the next year?
CapEx guidance for this year in general, overall, a large portion of expense of the liquid jetty, which we announced $90 million, will be expensed out this year. And that's the
major
max or major CapEx this year.
Okay, so the major part of that will happen this year only.
In terms of CapEx, yes. And then some part will be next year.
Understood. Understood. Thank you, sir. Those were my questions.
Thank you. Achal, please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, first question, if you could help us understand, sorry, I missed the initial couple of minutes. If you could talk about, how the EXIM cargo growth has been for the West Coast, and, have we seen a market share loss for the first quarter, sir?
I think just West Coast, I think it's been I mean, the growth is largely in Maharashtra for quarter one, where JNPT has grown volumes by, I think, 6 or 7%.
Yeah.
Gujarat overall volumes are sort of flattish. Overall, our share is similar in nature.
That you're saying from a YOY perspective or QOQ perspective, sir?
YOY.
Okay, understood. So, given the number what you mentioned in terms of our 13% of, I presume, container volumes you said from, are exposed to USA. Is this little higher than the peers according to you, or this is very much similar for the other ports on the West Coast?
It will be much lower. We are more import heavy container volume. We will be much lower.
Okay, got it. The other question I had, if I see from a container utilization perspective, how do you see that going forward? I know you don't want to give a guidance, but broadly speaking, till the time you don't have a visibility on concession, does it mean that there won't be any further capacity addition likely on the container front? Is that a right understanding?
See, currently, I mean, we are not waiting for the concession to be extended. From an investment perspective, you already know that we are investing in a liquid jetty without any clarity on concession. So our priority one is to complete GP6, as we call it, which is November, December next year. After which, next year, as we get on with our analysis and assessment, we will try and understand how do we expand. But there will be expansion on the container side. That's without a doubt. Whether it will happen before 28 or after 28 is yet to be decided. Our first focus is to do liquid jetty expansion. And again, if it is needed, we will expand. We will not hold back capex as we have shown on the liquid side.
Fair point. Just last question, if I may, sir. In terms of the, given the DFC connection is expected finally at JNPT by December or June 26, how does it affect you? What percentage of our services are also calling JNPT? If you could help us with that number, sir.
Yeah, I don't have that number handy, but I can tell you the O&E services call both Nhava Sheva and us. One of the OOCL vessels calls us in Nhava Sheva. Yeah, so some of them call, but I mean, as a percentage, I don't have it handy.
No, I'm just curious because once that is there, would discharging at or picking up at JNPT be a more lucrative or cost-efficient option given if these are destined for north?
Yeah, but that, no, according to me, no, simply because the railway tariffs will be higher for Nhava Sheva because the distances are higher than Pipavav. So if any exporter wants to discharge or do imports export out of Nhava Sheva and not us or Mundra for that matter, it'll be more expensive for them.
Oh, I thought because of the double stacking, it will become a bit more cheaper than more optimal double stacking in JNPT.
We are also double stacked. So there's no difference on that double stacking. All railway slabs are basis kilometers. So if the kilometers increase, the slabs will increase, and one has to pay more.
Right. Sorry, I'm harping on this, if I may, sir. I presume we are Mundra and Pipavav are unable to do the double stacking in the sense, TU on a TU. Right now, it is FEU on a TU as a double stack. Is that understanding right?
And how does that matter?
Then in that case, the flexibility will be much higher to double stack all the TUs on TUs from JNPT.
I don't think so. I think you may want to check this understanding.
Sure. Yeah, that's why I wanted to clarify, sir. No problem, sir. Thank you so much.
You. Tisha, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for taking my question. So, my first question would be on the LPG expansion. So, when do we expect this LPG expansion by AVTL to complete, and then the rail gantry to come in? What I sort of wanted to understand is by when will we see LPG volumes picking up at our port, and if you could also help me with the LPG volumes for this quarter.
So in terms of the gantry, etc., AVTL will be best placed to kind of answer that question. In terms of their cryogenic capacity, that is already gone live and commissioned, and those facilities are being used currently. So they went live, I think, July. Yeah. And what's the other question? LPG.
The volumes, right? So
the LPG volumes for the quarter.
Yeah. So we don't really split between LPG and other liquids. So the overall volumes are 417,000 metric ton for the quarter.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just you mentioned that it'd be best to ask AVTL, but I just wanted to gain sort of some understanding from you. Once the expansion is up and how much time it takes for a rail gantry operational and then the pipeline connectivity to come in?
You broke up. I couldn't get your question. Hello.
Can you please repeat your question?
Yes. So my question was basically that you mentioned that it would be best to confer with AVTL on when the capacities are coming online. But I just wanted to sort of understand from a Pipavav perspective, once expansions do come online, how much time will it take for a rail gantry to be fully functional in terms of the construction portion and being able to get it up and running? Generally, what is the timeline that
No, no,
we can expect for this to follow?
no, but maybe the gantry will be built by AVTL. So they are the best persons to answer that question. We only have to provide space, right? So please ask AVTL about this. I will not be able to answer question on behalf of AVTL.
All right. And just lastly on the pipeline, when do you think the pipeline should come online, the Kandla Gorakhpur one, to come online and be up and running from Pipavav?
Our current understanding is Q3 this financial year.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Parimal Mithani, please go ahead with your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so thanks for the opportunity. So, regarding your guidance, is it safe to assume that we'll be having a flat year, but there'll be improvement in margins? Is it safe to assume that way?
So the guidance, at least where we are sitting today, I can surely state that our EBIT will expand by 5 to 7%. So there should be growth on the bottom line. That's what our guidance is at this point in time.
And yes, sorry to repeat the same question. We've been asked a couple of times in previous call regarding your agreement with Gujarat Maritime Board. So I think it's more than now almost 6-7 years. If you can throw what's the status of this agreement? Because I think we're given a firm commitment in papers and all that. So what is the real issue? If you can just highlight, I know it's in a ballpark. What do you think? And do you think we get the permissions on time, so because you're doing a capex, you're doing investment.
You're talking about concession extension, Parimal?
Yeah, concession extension. Yeah.
So again, I mean, I can only say everything is going in the right direction and there are no red flags, right? But I can only give a firm answer as and when I receive a firm answer from GMB. It is not in our, I mean, it's not in our DNA to kind of go ahead and say something until I hear it from GMB, right? But I can only assure you to say that all our discussions that are happening with GMB and other stakeholders are all going in the right direction. That's all that I can say at this point in time.
Okay, sir. Thanks. I joined the queue, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions? Mr. Vipul Kumar Shah, please go ahead.
Can't hear you.
Vipul Shah.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I have joined the call late. So, what is the progress on expansion of our liquid jetty? And till date, how much capex we have done on that jetty? And the scheduled timeline for completion?
So we will complete our liquid jetty November, December 2026. In terms of capex, most of the capex will be expensed between now and end of this year. Some part or majority will be expensed this year. We expect to complete the dredging by January, and then some part of the capex will happen next year.
So all of it will be financed through internal accruals only, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nilotpal?
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity again. Just wanted to check with you on the railway coefficient. We have seen it declining on a year-on-year basis despite DFC. Can you help us understand the reasons for the same?
I mean, there's a minor decline. It also reflects a little bit more increase in road traffic, which is Gujarat market. So there's a little bit of expansion there, but there's nothing much to read into it, at least at this point in time.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Aditya Mongia, please go ahead.
Thanks, Manish and team, for the opportunity. See, I just wanted to get a slight bit better understanding of the liquid business. The assumption should be that you would be adding about 3 odd million tons of capacity, which will be 1/3 utilized in year one, and year one could be full year could be FY28. Am I right in assuming what I'm assuming?
Yes. I mean,
Okay, and what?
conservative. So let me just put it, this is a little bit conservative estimates, okay?
Okay. Could you also give us a better sense of what are the so let's say with the pipeline coming in with the customer being there, how strong is our mode to kind of keep on doing capexes beyond this one in liquid?
Sorry, I didn't understand how. I didn't understand the question. Maybe
given that the pipeline is coming in, the customer is a growth customer over here. How do you see through capexes happening on the liquid side beyond this level of capex?
liquid, specific to liquid. Your question very specific to liquid.
It is specific to liquid, yeah.
No, so I think our capacity will be about 5.2, which I think in the near term or medium term is good enough. We may have to, I mean, one jetty will be fully VLGC compliant, the new one. The other one is partial VLGC compliant. What we may have to do is that ensure that we have two jetties which are both fully VLGC compliant. So that's what we will need to do. So my expectation is, at least in the medium term, we will have two jetties of liquid of about 6.4 million metric tons capacity, both fully VLGC compliant. That's how I see it.
Understood.
Does
And
that-
will the
Sorry, go ahead.
that answers. Thanks. Just a clarification. On the new capex and on the new capacity, would the realizations or your value addition be any different, or should one just extrapolate the 600 to 650 rupees realization incrementally?
I think the realization is also basis our mix. I would argue that as we move forward, our LPG will grow vis-a-vis as a percentage vis-a-vis the others. So the expectation is that our realization will also grow beyond 600 to 650.
Those were my questions. Thank you for your answers.
Thank you, Aditya. Mr. Vipul Kumar Shah, you have some question? Mr. Parimal Mithani, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
So,
yes.
just want to understand the Kandla Gorakhpur pipelines. At what stage it's currently, and when do you see the exact benefits accruing to us, as well as the DMCC, the dedicated freight corridor? How do you see that helping us going forward?
So your first question is about KGP, right?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
So yeah, I expect, at least what we hear from NHB is around Q3 of this financial year. In terms of impact, I mean, it helps in evacuation, right, and opens up also some other markets, especially central India. So we do expect growth of the LPG volume, and that's one of the big bases why we are coming up with this new liquid jetty.
And so with the dedicated freight corridor, is it going to benefit us going in terms of margin wise, since it's coming near completion?
No, for us, DFC has been completed long time back. We've been on DFC. We were the first one on DFC, so there's no additional DFC coming. That's the DFC that we are on.
Okay. And so you maintain the dividend guidelines, right, which have given payout?
Yeah, we maintain. We've already in the last call told you about the board recommendation. We have our AGM on 4th September, and that's when we'll hopefully, if approved by the AGM, then will be announced.
Okay, thank you, and all the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Achal, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you once again, sir, for the follow-up. Sir, just wanted to check, in terms of our port area, how much is already utilized by us, as well as the lease what you have given?
It's a good question, Achal. I don't have it handy.
No problem, sir. The second I have, in terms of our total revenue, how much will be dollar denominated or dollar linked? Would that be 65%?
That's right. You're absolutely right. Because the container business is dollar link and marine services. So 65% are.
Understood. Understood. And there is no further price hike or tariff hike we have taken since January, right? I mean, January was the last one, if I remember right.
You're right.
Yes.
Got it. So whatever realization increase, what we are seeing is largely stable actually on a quarter or quarter QOQ
right.
basis.
That's right.
Understood. All right, sir. Those were my two questions. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Achal. Anybody has any other questions? Doesn't seem to be the case. So thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.